Hi all, in this video we are discussing your addiction recovery meeting assignment. So in this video we'll talk about kind of what that assignment looks like. Realize that the due dates for this particular assignment are not accurate in the video you see, and so you'll want to double check your syllabus and your actual course in D2L for the actual due dates for this assignment, but you can go ahead and get started on it. So for the addiction recovery meeting, there are a couple kind of parts to it, but you're first going to attend a kind of addiction recovery meeting, and so we want you to gain insight into the issues surrounding addiction and recovery. And so to do that, you're going to attend a meeting of one of the following organizations. Make sure that you follow any kind of protocols for a meeting, and there's also a form attached to this particular assignment that you're going to want to download, print out, and take with you as an attendance verification that you'll turn in with your assignment to prove that you have gone. So one of the big things with these particular meetings is please be aware that people will be sharing very personal experiences and discussing very sensitive issues in these meetings. And we are invited to attend as a courtesy, but we've got to exercise discretion, and you can't record any names, any identifiable information in your reflection. If you wind up running into someone you know at the meeting, you want to keep their privacy and not speak about that to them outside of that area. Or reveal anything you've learned to anyone else as far as personal information. You can use general things, but not anything specific. And so you can choose from things like Alcoholics Anonymous, the Georgia Al-Anon, or Narcotics Anonymous. And so you'll want to get a hold of the people kind of in charge of that meeting, or kind of go early and try to double check that it's okay for you to attend this meeting, because they can be, like I said, very personal. However, regional people have already been talked to. So people in the area that we're in, so the greater Atlanta area, we have already reached out to and have permissions kind of from the higher ups that this is okay and appropriate, especially considering that we're not using any personal information and it's a learning experience so that we can help people in the future. And so there's no real clearance needed. You just want to double check with who's ever in charge of your particular meeting that it's okay that you attend. And in some aspects, you always have to get permission to attend, even if it was for personal reasons. And so you'll have that going on. And so those are three that are already kind of we've discussed, and they're okay with us coming. Again, you want to make sure you seek approval from the actual person, the meeting you're going to, before you just show up unannounced and sit in the back and take notes. That can be suspicious to some of them. However, if you have another type of group that you want to go visit that has to do with addiction and recovery, you need to go ahead and email me with the details about that, and we'll also need to together get written permission from the meeting coordinator and possibly an organization coordinator prior to you attending an alternative meeting. So if you don't go to a Georgia Al-Anon, an Alcoholics Anonymous, or a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, you do need to contact me, and we need to work through some prior approvals before you can just attend that meeting because they are so personal. So do keep that in mind. Looking for these meetings, you can go online and kind of find these meetings and when they are, and find one that fits your schedule by just simply Googling these in the Georgia area and looking for meetings, and then reaching out to those program administrators. After you're done with that, you're going to answer a few simple questions on why you chose the particular meeting, how are your feelings and comfort in the meeting, the environment. You're going to identify some of the risk factors that people were talking about. Were there any common, among the meeting participants? The behavioral effects of addiction that were discussed during the meeting, and again, anything that may have been common. What advocacy efforts were available to reduce addiction or assist in recovery that the meeting that you talked about or visited. And then what was your take home message from attending the meeting? Would you recommend it to someone else who is struggling? And then explain why and why not. Realize, again, with all of these particular things, you're going to want to back those up with, you know, research, with some of the things we've talked about in this class, or journal articles and things like that, and then cite those in the APA format. So it's not just about your opinion, how we felt. We also want to see, you know, if they were giving, you know, patterns of addiction or things. Can you support that in literature, or is it not supported? And that would be something interesting as well. And then you can kind of see your rubric here on how you're grading. And we also have a link to your tutoring center here. And also you can look at the grading rubric to make sure you're getting all the questions that you need answered. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. But once you finish your project, it'll be a nice typed document. You'll want to include your attendance verification form as well. And then you're simply going to upload that to our addiction recovery meeting Dropbox and D2L that you'll have links to. And you'll want to do that by the due date on your syllabus and in your D2L course. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I hope you enjoy this project.